What's up, guys? Joker here. Last time I made one of these videos on update where I was in One Piece, I left off at Thriller Bark, so I didn't talk about my thoughts on that. And then I have just recently finished Summit War. Onto the post one, but I might as well just make my thoughts now because the post one is more the post arcs are kind of just recapping what the hell happened and the ripples that go throughout the world as a result. Obviously, this one's going to be way bigger because it's basically the halfway point, for lack of a better term. Um, but yeah, so Thriller Bark. I mean, to be honest, I liked Thriller Bark a lot. I mean, I think I talked about it a little bit, but I liked the aesthetic of the island a lot. I thought the little Halloweeny, aesthetic was really cool. Um, Honestly, the fighting against Gecko Moria, I think, was probably the one low point. Sanji fighting with that dude over Nami, I think was a better fight, to be honest. Because like I felt like the Gecko Moria fight just kind of like dragged on for a long time, and then it's like Luffy gets to Gecko Moria, he doesn't really fight him, and then Moria like runs away, and then it's like when they have their actual fight, it's like not as epic. I think like the Sanji moment is good, and then the Zoro moment, like the nothing happened. Um, when that guy, that warlord comes, I think was like really way better. But yeah, just in general, I liked Thriller Bark a lot. I thought it was good. The aesthetic was like good, but like I was saying, like the final fight, like with Moria, kind of wasn't. It wasn't the best part of the arc. The Zoro part was, like I think without a doubt, um, it reminded me a lot of Skypiea, where the fight against Einol wasn't really that cool or that epic, and it kind of made Einol not as compelling as a bad guy, and Moria kind of was just like a joke the entire time. Honestly, Perona like had that. Yeah, that Usopp against Perona was honestly a better fight too. Like there was more shit happening there. Um, Dude, I cannot think for the life of me. Wait, yeah, this was just bothering me. Kuma, that was the name of the warlord. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. But yeah, Kuma was like kind of that whole encounter was also just kind of better than Moria in my opinion. The undead Luffy thing, that was just like in my opinion more plot armor. I feel like there's more plot armor coming in that happened in these two arcs than probably the last arcs put together. Like there was just a lot of plot armor. It's like, oh well, you can just absorb the shadow as yourself and get a power. It's like it's kind of stupid. And then like speaking of plot armor, then the next arc when you're in Sabaody, when they're in Sabaody, um oh, before that, with the dude who looks like Sanji, honestly, that arc was really funny. It's like the dude looked exactly like Sanji's poster. I don't even know if it has like a name to it, but it's like you meet, the fish people, the starfish, and then the mermaid. Uh, I think that those arcs are always there to set up the bigger arcs that are happening. Um, and the Sabaody arc was like a mini big arc in my opinion, where it's like, oh, you find out that the celestial dragons are a bunch of assholes and they're like slavers and stuff like that. And it's like the Marines kind of just like let this stuff happen. And it's like I feel like what was going on in that arc was used to justify what was said in Summit War, in the actual war itself. Um, when Akainu is always talking about justice and stuff like that, and it's just like, well, your justice is just allowing this slave trade to happen, and you're treating like these clearly intelligent people with like is like trash basically, and actually they're treating like other like humans, not just fishmen, like trash. Like it was just like I thought it was a really good arc, and that like the entirety of the Summit War saga, I think is just great arc after great arc, and it's just somehow topping itself. Where it's like you go from Sabahudi to the Amazon Lily, which I think was honestly the weakest out of all those, and it's not like It's not like saying it was bad. It was just it probably was the weakest one out of all. I mean, actually, if you want to count that the dude who looks like Sanji, I mean, yeah, that's definitely the weakest one. The Amazon Lily arc, really good. Liked it a lot. Introduced Boa Hancock. That's the island I would like to be flown to in my dreams. I feel bad for Sanji. He got flown to the Akoma Kingdom. I don't know how to say it. It's like I guess I guess they call themselves the queer people. At least in the dub version, that's what they call them. Um, he got thrown there. I didn't really watch that episode. I watched YouTube clips of it, but like the episodes where it's like them on the different islands, since it was considered filler, I kind of just skipped around it just to get a good idea because later episodes would just be updating where they are on the island, but they were anime canon. So that's why I kind of just like skipped through those episodes. I was getting ahead of myself, but the Amazon Lily arc, I thought it was good. Introduced hockey, which they did allude to in earlier episodes, especially with the Conquerors hockey, with Shanks in episode 4, and then like I think yeah, Matra. They that was basically just hockey. It's just that's what they called it. Um, and then you go to after Amazon Lily, you go to Impel Down. I thought that was a great arc. I thought it was really cool seeing like Buggy, Mister Three, Crocodile. You get introduced to Jinbei and Eva. Uh, Another just great arc. And I honestly thought the fights there were just like really good. They got to the point quicker, and they were just like more epic. And then it wasn't just Luffy doing all the fighting. Sometimes he was out, so Eva would fight, or like Crocodile would be doing some fighting. Um, but again, it was just like more plot armor of like how they escaped. It was like, oh, dude, how did I forget this dude? Bon Clay, yeah, he was in that arc, dude. That arc made me like Bon Clay like a lot, like as a character. Like I thought he was just some stupid character back in Alabasta, but it's just like, dude, that was such a great switch and done to like just appreciate a character. It's because it's like, dude, this guy is just like he's like the ultimate like bro. Like he just reminds me of Garrus from like Mass Effect. It's like, dude, this guy like he sacrificed himself like so many times in that arc, let alone just like in the entirety of One Piece too. Um, like Impel Down, just such a great arc. But in my opinion, Impel Down gets topped by the actual war. I thought the war was just like really good. Um, I just finished episodes where it was just like Kobe getting that observation hockey, and it's like I know I'm skipping around, but I'm just like spitballing my thoughts right now. But like I thought the war was good, but like it was also confusing in the sense where it's like the distance type thing, where it's like how are these characters this close to each other, but like how is Luffy this far away from the scaffolding what Ace is? I mean, that was confusing me the entire time. And I don't like how anime does this because this is also something Dragon Ball used to do too. And like other anime do too. It's like, how are you taking this long to go like not that far? How is this? And then how in some episodes it's like, oh my god, we're actually like super far away, and we just like took 2 steps basically. It's just like I don't like that. It's like really stupid, and it's like kind of takes you out of it because you're like thinking to yourself, it's like, how is this guy so far away? It's like it's like making no sense. And then, but I thought the fighting was really funny. Mostly with like the funny part being like Boa Hancock like hitting like Marines to protect Luffy and then kind of like just passing it off. That was funny in my opinion. I thought the fights were cool. Um, the reveals and stuff like that were like Ace's. I'm just pausing because it's a spoiler. I'm gonna be talking about Ace's Gold Roger's son, and then Luffy's dragon. Well, the dragon son, but that wasn't a spoiler. Now it's just like revealed to the world. I thought that was like just cool, and it's like Garp's just like, who cares? It's like he's a pirate who's not gonna make his life worse. That people know that he's the son of like a notorious criminal. Um, I think one thing I would have liked to see is like the admirals fighting. Again, it had to do with the spacing. It's like, why are you like here and doing nothing? you would see without Kiji and Kizaru more, where it's just like they're doing like nothing. They're kind of just like sitting there and just like looking around. It's like, what are you doing? Uh, it was like just kind of like weird in that way. Um, I thought Whitebeard was cool, but they could have used him more. He kind of like only started fighting towards the end, especially like when Akainu like hits him like a billion times. Um, yeah, and then it was like more plot armor where it's like, how the hell is Akainu alive when he gets like literally direct shotted, and like his basically all his organs get obliterated. It's like, how is he alive? Just like walks it off like, oh, that was something. Uh, but and then it's like Luffy getting like injected with more hormones. It's like it's just kind of like weird leaps in logic that the anime like just asks you to take. But again, it's like it's an anime. It's gonna have its like, plot armor type moments. Overall, I think the actual war itself arc, it like makes you think more about like what the Marines are in this world, where it's like they talk about justice and stuff like that, but then they're like they won, and it's like everyone knows they won, and yet they're just like killing everyone still, and it's like, I think it was like just some random pirate. He's like, this isn't like justice. This is just murder, and it's like the people who are also viewing it are like, isn't this over? I thought this was over. I mean, especially when Blackbeard comes and like kind of fucks it up. I mean, again, I'm not talking about everything. I'm just talking about like some things that are like got me thinking during this. And it's like, yeah, it's like, and Kobe like has like the only balls to like step up and say like this is like wrong. And that maybe their sense of justice is like carrying them down like a path that isn't right. And I think you see this like in plenty of different things where it's like justice can like, it's like a slippery slope where it's just like takes you down paths that aren't right in general, in the moral sense of right. Um, and what is it? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Just that type of thing. But overall, just enjoyed both arcs a lot. I thought they were great. I mean, well, you can just say sagas, I guess. Enjoyed both a lot. Really like it. Can't wait for more. The post is gonna be good. And then it's like, 2 year time skip, and then Fishman Island, Dressrosa, all that stuff. Punk Hazard. Can't wait until I get to Whole Cake. Whole Cake is like seeing clips of Whole Cake Island arc. That was like the reason why I kind of like wanted to watch the show in general in the first place. That and Marineford. So I'm done with Marineford now. It's gonna go to Whole Cake and then Wano after that, which is just all hype in general too. So yeah, I mean that's my update on my progress in One Piece, making it through 1,000 episodes of anything is not easy, but on episode 490. Um, so yeah, I mean that's something. And I actually like for the past week didn't really watch it that much just because I was busy. I was kind of like not into watching it. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm just in a weird funk in general. It's just like I'm not playing games either. I'm just kind of like, on the internet, just like surfing around. But I mean, yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like and subscribe button, really helps out. And yeah, catch you later.